Hey guys, it's David Pingree. We are here in Sacramento, Hangtown, the Outdoor National Championship opener. And like we did at Supercross, we wanted to walk around and show you some really cool bikes, but we've kind of already done the 250s and 450s, so we thought we would swing by some of these 125s that are looking good. And for the All-Stars race that's going on, it's starting here at Hangtown and working through a few more rounds throughout the year. This is Jimmy Albertson's bike. He requested the number 0 and he got it. Goes right along with his personality. And this thing is cool looking. It's got some really trick parts that actually come stock from TM. This was built by a Dutch guy that helps them out a lot with Scalvini stuff. Custom cone pipe. The head is a VHM head, so he's got custom spec from the TM guys. And those guys, if you follow TM at all, they're really, really well known in the karting world. So they know how to make a 2-stroke motor run. So I'm anxious to see Jimmy on this. He's got some Scar foot pegs that are titanium. Lots of Renthal bling up here, the bars, grips. But really a lot of the stuff you see is stock. Nick's Pro X rotors on this with a stock wheel set. It's got the stock blue rims, the Excels, just like the Yamahas come with. The graphics kit is from Thunder Designs. These guys did a really cool job, matched up the seat with the graphics, so it came out really cool. Super sprocket in the back. Again, these kind of look a lot like the KTM hubs, all polished, really looking cool, but it's all stock. So some cool looking parts, but really a lot of this stuff stock. All the suspension, this is KYB stuff, but it looks rad. So stoked to see Jimmy on this thing, see how he goes. Okay, we made it over to the beside the Pro Circuit pits, a little blue box fan over here with the big number 2 under it. It's Ryan Villapoto's ride, and this is basically a full Pro Circuit project. I asked if there was any factory Yamaha stuff they dug out of the shop. Doesn't sound like it. This was all Mitch's baby. So they went in. There is a GYTR piston in there, but it's all Mitch's cylinder and head specs. They're running the VP MRX O2 fuel, which is the really, really nasty stuff that makes a lot of horsepower. SDG seat on this guy. He's a Tag Metals guy now, so Tag Metals bars and grips. And a lot of it's really stock. You know, the Yamahas come with really nice foot pegs. So really not a big reason to make a change there. He does have a really nice set of Talon wheels, Talon hubs with the DID, the really cool factory blue looking rims on there. Henson clutch, a full Henson clutch set up in this. Obviously the Pro Circuit exhaust, and it's got the custom carbon fiber silencer, which you can't buy. And Mitch only gives those to the guys he really likes. I didn't get one. Get ignition. So this is, you know, when you're obviously trying to make a bunch of horsepower in these 125s, it's important to be able to have an ignition you can tweak with. They went to the Get ignition on this to help get those big horsepower numbers. He's got a Pro Circuit start button on here, all Pro Circuit suspension. And something cool about this fork, they actually went to the Yamaha 450 fork, the current version of it, just because it's a bigger internal diameter. They're able to put more oil in it, just get a better feel out of it. So that's something kind of cool they went with on this. And he's got the new Dunlop tires. So he's ready to rip. I'm anxious to see how Ryan goes on this thing. All right, this bike's got a special place in my heart because it's mine. This is a Husky 125 that Pro Circuit came in and just swung hard for me. Mitch went through this whole engine, got this thing totally dialed in, exhaust system, some race gas, some really gnarly VP stuff. Very, very expensive, but this thing is a missile. Bones at Pro Circuit did the suspension. The wheels are all a W product, so I got Talon hubs with an Excel rim, or a DID rim, sorry, and some Dunlop MX3Ss. Gonna try those new Dunlops this weekend. But it's also got Pro pegs, a lot of Works connection parts and pieces. You can see all the bling here from the brake caps to you know, some of the other bits and pieces, oil fill plug and stuff like that. Super Sprox chain and sprocket. And then the guys at Decal Works really came through on the graphics for me. Did a Paleo Ranch graphic, which I love. That's a company that I'm invested in, so they helped me out with that. We got Nihilo Concepts, frame guards, full Henson clutch in this thing. It's a rocket. Renthal bars and sprocket, or bars and grips up here, and the full Decal Works kit with the Moto seat cover. So thing looks good, and I can promise you it runs good too. All right, we made it to the Star Racing Yamaha team pits, and this was supposed to be Ty Masterpool's bike. This is his bike, but he had a little incident, so we put somebody even smaller on it. Will Hahn is going to be racing this thing, and Wilbur's still pretty fresh out of retirement, so he can be really quick. I'm anxious to see how he goes in this thing. And there's a JMS ported cylinder on this. He does a lot of work for these guys. He's a very big two-stroke development guy. FMF exhaust system with their new FMF silencer. Vortex ignition. They got the VP MRX02 fuel. So all the things that you need to make power. Good engine guy. They actually tumbled the tranny, which reduces a little bit of friction, makes them a little stronger. And these forks are actually a stock fork with just a different outer. So they look really cool, but it's really production fork. And he's got some ODI lock-on grips. They're neck-in triple clamps and bars. Arc foldable lever here in case little Willie falls down. Stock wheel set. Frame is stock, just got some polish on it. Got some Enzo suspension valve for this thing. And again, like stock pegs. Recluse manual clutch. And you see a lot of the GYTR parts and pieces. So there's some of those inside of this thing. A lot of GYTR stuff. Decor Visuals does all their graphics. And those guys, Danny Doby and the boys, do a great job. But not really too much done to this. Yamaha's a great platform, so they just polish it up and set it up for Ty, or in this case, Will, and he's ready to go racing. One more rider you're going to want to keep an eye on in this event is Aiden Tejero. And this is one of KTM's golden boys coming up. He's riding the 125s just as in the schoolboy class. And so this thing is kind of a work of art, all right? Talon hubs, some DID rims, Dunlop. He's got, FMF exhaust system, Hinson clutch, all kind of the normal parts and pieces, but everything going on inside is all custom. And so this engine has been pulled apart. The transmission, the valve system, everything has been tumbled, cryoed. The cases have been matched. They didn't leave any stone unturned in this thing. So a full crank job on this thing. I mean, they were explaining to me what they did to the motor, and it sounds like a lot of work. They went to a Keihin carburetor instead of the Mikuni. They've really crossed all their T's and dotted their I's. So I'm anxious to see this thing run. All the work has been done by Hessiker, which is kind of a local company here, and they've done all Aiden's stuff and do a really good job. They're stoked on it. He runs the WP suspension on here, and the guys at Power Band are tuning that. Pro Taper guys, so lots of Pro Taper stuff. And yeah, again, this kid is a missile, so I'm anxious to see just how fast he can make this thing go. All right, we made it to the prestigious factory pits of Sean Palmer. You may know him from mountain biking or snowboard fame, but he is here today, or this weekend, to kick some butt in the 125 All-Stars race, right?
I'm going to try. I'm getting a little older. Those guys are pretty fast now, but...
Yeah, this is Villa Tenono, you know him?
He's a big namer, huh?
Big namer.
Yeah.
So tell us about your hot rod. It's muddy, so you're obviously out there trying to get some practice on us. R-Tech plastic, which is cool looking stuff. Yep. You got the Palmer graphics and numbers, the triple nickel.
Yep.
What kind of wheel set?
Just got Talon hubs and cheaper outer rims. I just had to throw it together, and Enzo did my suspension. I took it off my 250. I kind of took 2 bikes and 3 bikes and made one out of it to do this event. So.
And it's an 05 YZ125.
Yeah.
Solid package to start from. You got some pretty legit parts on here. Pro Circuit helped you with the exhaust system. You got the Lane from Big Valley Honda, you said, did the motor?
Yeah, Lane and Daryl helped me last minute do the cylinder and port it and do the head and stuff, so got me out here.
So, can you win on this thing?
Win? This race? I'm going to try, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think the same.
How are you going to do?
Mid-pack, probably.
Have you been eating
Eat a lot of roost, a lot of cookies.
Lots of cookies. We're a little thicker.
If I win, will you get me a top hat? Can I have that one?
Yeah, you can't have this one, but I'll buy you a new one like it. You can't have this one, though.
All right, I'm shooting for a new top hat, guys.